Okay, friends, last night my Goblin skew list went up against the Plague Disciples. And as you can see, we used the first scenario of the tournament pack. It's pretty standard. It's 4 turns, or 4 rounds. You can see at the end of the game, you get 2 victory points for each objective that you hold. And if you hold more than your opponent at the end of the game, you get 2 extra victory points. The side missions are self-explanatory if you want to pause and read them, and these will actually become very important leading up to the end of this game. I was placed on Zone B, my opponent in Zone A. He won the roll-off, so he was able to deploy first and also started the game off. So we'll get into it real quick. As the game began, my opponent came strong onto my left flank, which you can see at the far end of the table. I was able to secure that flank pretty much around Objective 1 and hold it for the remainder of the game. Pretty much, if you can see at the far end of the table, have my scout bikes and also some walkers. It wasn't too difficult to secure Objective 1, even though he came onto that flank pretty strong. I was able to actually use my chaff to hold him back and then bring up the walkers, and pretty much secured that for the rest of the game. I also was able to push up onto the middle objective, objective number 2, and this is where we got stuck in for pretty much the rest of the game, fighting over Objective 2. And it was a pretty good fight for that one. And here's another pic of me pushing up to the middle objective, objective number 2, leading with some tanks and following up with some walkers. And that was the beginning of the fight for the center objective that will last pretty much the rest of the game. As for Objective 3, that was where the strength of his army was, and he was able to get up there and secure it pretty quick. I put up a pretty good scrap throughout the game after this for Objective 3, but it was never in my control. I did try my best to keep him occupied here on this objective, which would keep him away from sending any troops towards the middle objective, objective number 2. But I just couldn't match the firepower over there. For the rest of the game, he was able to keep Objective 3 secure. So I pushed as strong as I could into the center to secure Objective 2, and he began countering with his infantry. He had 3 units of infantry pushed up on that objective, along with his APC. As you can see, we started getting tangled up for that middle objective. Now, real quick, going back to our initial deployment before the game started, you can see how on the left I went ahead and scouted all my scout bikes up. By the end of turn 2, none of them were left standing, but I was happy with their performance. They were able to keep him at bay around Objective 1. And also, as you can see, by the end of turn 1, I did have Objective 1 and 2 in my control, thanks to the scout bikes. But yes, they didn't last too long after that. Now, going into the final round, this is what the one side of the table looked like. As you can see, I have Objective 1 secure, and the middle objective is still contested between a few tanks, a couple of walkers, and his infantry with an APC. Now, as you can see here, I left a unit of tanks over at the side, trying to tie down his Objective 3s. And I was able to keep 2 plague crawlers and a full unit of infantry from joining the fight in the center. So they did do their job, and as you can see, I did have 1 tank that made a quick run towards Objective 3, which forced one of the plague crawlers out of action to deal with them. So kept them all from, getting towards the center and assisting his infantry there in the center. And this is how it basically ended. I had objective 1 secure, he had objective 3 secure, and the objective 2 in the middle was contested. So this is our final bit on turn 4, and as you can see, we were all up there in the center facing each other. So as for scoring, so I received 2 victory points for holding objective 1. He received 2 victory points for holding objective 3. Obviously, objective 2, the center, was contested, no points for either one of us. So we had to move to the side missions. Now, the side missions is intimidate. No enemy units are fully within 6 inches of the center of the table. Obviously, we are all in the center of the table, so no points for anyone. Wipe out. Destroy more enemy units with 5+ models than the opponent. Okay, so I lost 3 units of bikes. I was able to destroy 2 of his infantry units. So he was able to score 6 points with this side mission, and I scored 4. And the final side mission is assassinate. Destroy the most expensive enemy hero. If there are multiple, destroy 1. Well, neither one of us lost a hero model. So the final score today was my opponent 8 and me 6. Yes, my Goblin skew list lost 8-6 today. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I do recommend playing throughout the tournament scenarios. They're pretty good. So in the end, my scout bikes, who helped me secure the first objective, also cost me the game in the end, because all 3 of them were destroyed. And that was 2 victory points for each unit that he was destroyed. So, but yeah, had a great time again, and I highly recommend the Goblins. I did have a great time playing the skew list, and he wasn't too upset with playing against my skew list, especially since he got a victory out of it. Well, that's my report. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. And until next time, I wish you the best with you and your family. And happy wargaming. Take care now.